The three-step corrections, the attachment that you just said that you have, actually refutes the statements that you're making, Mr. Blackwell, that's claim that there is no way to correct a judicial group deficiency in the judge's decision. So I wanted to send that to you in case you decided to make that statement again, that there is no way to make corrections to processing errors after a judge has made a decision on processing errors that have been identified. I wanted to show that to you, that the Social Security Administration actually has a three-step rule for making those corrections. So as you've been advised that your employment actually continues a pattern and practice of replacements used as evasive acts intended to obstruct the number holder's continuum of medical treatment by knowingly and intentionally reassigning the employees liable for performance of the job duties required for these corrections necessary to determine eligibility. Upon conclusion of this interview, I'm requesting that a notice in response to each of these allegations of processing errors accruing to critical case payment processing of the claimant intended application file date of September the 1st. So, if you don't mind, if you could keep that attachment, those four attachments that explain the three-step corrections to when judges actually make mistakes based on processing errors. And then if you could just send me, upon conclusion of this interview, a notice in response to each of these allegations of processing errors accruing injuries to critical payment processing of the claimant intended application file date of September the 1st, 2014, based on the fact that my documents prove that I still do not have access to medical treatment because I live in a healthcare desert, and the Medicare coverage that has been selected for me does not cover access to transportation to medical treatment. Based on that plain fact and the fact that I've told you verbally and in writing, I am requesting that a notice be sent to me making this after your review of the three-step corrections that actually refute your statement, that you send the notice that complies with the critical payment, with the critical case processing of this request. This is just simply, again, a request for a notice in response to each of these allegations of processing errors accruing injuries. You can find this statement written at the very bottom of the email that it was sent to you, explaining the issues that we will be discussing today. That document can be used to, if there is a necessary appeal upon the conclusion of upon the determination of the processing center, the issues that are at the processing center, based on the information that what we've just discussed today, it appears that you intend to have the processing center complete a determination on the computations made for the COLA adjustment, while knowing that the processing errors that we discussed over the phone today actually exist. That does appear to be your intent, but I'll patiently wait on your response, on your notice in regards to these processing allegations. Can you tell me how long it'll take you to send it? Hello?
Hello?
Can you tell me how long it'll take you to send it?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to send anything I don't think is correct.
What? So you're not going to send you're not going to send the notice that I requested in in the email that was sent to you on 4/4
Email?
on 4/4/2022 at 1:38 Subject interview on procedural due process pursuant to the SSA Palms Group 2 decisional deficiencies identified in Starville Field Office interview with Office Manager Christopher Blackwell. The last paragraph request a notice upon conclusion of the interview regarding the issues that we discussed today, and you're refusing to send that notice.
I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean,
I want you to make. I want you to.
okay, I can tell you right
But
now.
I'm not asking you to tell me. I'm not asking you to verbally. Okay, can you write that? Can you write? All right.
You probably know just as well as I do. You look the palms up probably more than I do.
All right, Chris. Well, I've discussed the process and errors. You've made clearly that you understand the processing errors, and you're refusing to send the notice I request. Is that right?
I don't plan on sending a notice right now, no.
You're
I don't know,
refusing.
other than I don't see any processing errors unless you're talking about the September and October onset date.
I'm talking about the four issues that are discussed there, the ones that are written in the email. Those are the processing error allegations. You say you don't see them, so that's fine. Just write that down when you write whatever you're writing. Just write that down that you don't see any processing errors. I'm just asking you to write down what you're saying. Right now, all I'm asking you to do is
What is
write
this date
down.
for 2007? I mean, that was never an onset date.
All I'm asking you to do, all I'm asking you to do now is write down what you're saying. Are you refusing?
Oh, you want me to write stuff down now?
On Social Security Administration documents that show that you are a Social Security Administration employee and that we have conducted a Social Security Administration interview regarding these errors and that it is all official. I just need a writing to prove that.
No.
And you're refusing.
I'm not going to send you a letter right now.
All right. So you're refusing to send the notice that I requested.
I'm not going to send anything at this time.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it. It's entirely up to you. I can't force you to send me a notice. But I can use the evidence that you refuse to send it, and that you acknowledge that you see these errors. It's like, hey, Chris, hey, Chris. I saw with the law, and I see you're bragging about not abiding by the law. So I'm gonna stop now and let you laugh and joke about it and enjoy yourself. All right, enjoy yourself, Chris.
Have a good day.